for example, we were at Murphy's right over
Pass
there.
it down.
Offering.
Thank you.
We were at Murphy's one day, and people were getting gas, and someone rolls down the window while they're passing, and they go, "Rattlesnake!" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Okay, if that's what you mean,
get it, dude!
we can't go
Get it, dude!"
Welcome to Bayou Channel Zero. Today we have a very special episode talking to Andre Brune. We got Nick, myself, and Joris. So Andre, you want to tell us about yourself and what you do, bro?
Sure. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Andre Brune, also known as Rattlesnake Dre. I didn't come up with that name.
The Rattlesnake.
You didn't come up with that name?
That was a complete lie. I did come up with that
Okay.
name.
Okay.
I don't want to say it.
Ray, he's telling you a point right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I mean, just to get into it, that's a good place to start. How did I get the name Rattlesnake Dre? I was working at a hardware store, and a friend of ours was having a birthday party, and the theme was cowboys and Indians. And we went to the butt, and me
Where all good stories come
yes.
from.
absolutely. Me and Jacob Lorraine were dressed head to toe in cowboy attire. He had like peacock feathers hanging out of his hat, and I had my Bowie knife. It's right over there by the window, but it was hanging off my side. And we thought it was a great idea until we walked in and everybody kind of like stopped. And I'm like, oh, in our heads, this was great. But in actuality, this is like really awkward for everyone else. And it was cool because when I walked to the back of the bar, everybody just like parted. I had a 12-inch blade hanging on my thigh, and I had a guy behind me with feathers coming out of his cowboy hat. But he was Jackrabbit Jacob, and I was Rattlesnake Dre, and that stuck.
That's awesome. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So and then
Jackrabbit Jake.
Jackrabbit Jake.
Jackrabbit Jacob, yeah.
Jacob.
What's really weird is now if you Google Rattlesnake Dre, like after I was on the History Channel and did some other podcasts, it's stuck now. So if you just go Google hashtag Rattlesnake Dre, a bunch of my stuff will come up.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, but to let you guys know like how I got into this, when I was really young, both my parents collected stuff. My mom collected like depression glass, and my dad was a coin collector. And when I was really young, my dad, introduced me to like Indiana Jones on TV, and I was like, "That
This
is
dude's
what I'm
the
gonna.
shit.
That's what I'm gonna do for a living." Like I could just go steal stuff and then
Yeah.
sell it to museums. This
Yeah.
is the perfect job.
Yeah.
I don't even have
Who
to
wouldn't want to do that?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wake up early. And
Absolutely.
I mean, to this day, I still, do a little trespassing in these cane
Yeah,
fields,
yeah.
and I borrow stuff, and eventually I might give it to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, you could wake up at any time. I mean, it's not like the artifacts have
Yeah,
a
it's
schedule. You
better
know?
to steal stuff whenever people are sleeping anyway.
Of
So,
course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The night shift.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly, most of the stuff I find is in cane fields. They're
Yeah.
owned by like these giant oil field companies that they lease it out to farmers. And most of the guys in the tractors wave at me as they know I'm not messing stuff up.
Right.
Yeah.
Once they plant the sugar cane, I don't really go mess with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when they first till the ground is when I want to get out there. If there's a rain or two that passes, it basically washes some of these artifacts like I have in front of me, where you don't even need a metal detector. So
You just go look.
let's go look. So if you see me in a cane field, keep driving. Do not ever go there. That's my spot. That's like my fishing spot. Stay out.
Go
out.
on, get out of here.
But
Oh man.
yeah, I've basically been doing this since I was 9 years old. I got my first metal detector when I was 9 years old, and I just never stopped. It got worse and worse, and then all of a sudden we're in this room full of stuff that I've collected and acquired over the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
Basically, I've been doing it.
Have you ever, was there like a time you ever started like feeling the weight of all the objects in one area?
So everything in this room, like this is a separate building from my house now, but I used to have everything inside my house. We had a spare bedroom. Me and my wife have 2 children now, so that became the baby's room. So when I brought everything in here, it stayed packed up maybe for about 2 years, I didn't have any room because me and my wife, after Hurricane Ida, I had packed up everything because we had found out we were pregnant. We were a month pregnant. Hurricane Ida was coming. So I was like, packed up all my stuff to build the baby's room.
Right.
Well, Hurricane Ida devastated my house. The whole roof was going, had to rip all the sheetrock out. So I packed up all of this stuff that's in this room, and I had it some of it was at my grandma's house, some of it was here. But me and my wife lived in this building, this little bitty building,
Come on, wow.
for about 9 months.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we literally had a bed right here, and I had like a little piss bucket over here in the corner, and I'd have to go dump that every morning until we got the bathroom set up. So we, go in there and brush your teeth, take a shower, and slowly but surely, probably about 3 weeks before we had our kid, we were able to move in.
Just in time.
Yeah, man, that was a rough time, but now I was able to build all this back, and I've been having this up maybe getting close to 2 years, and it's actually Jacob that hooked me up with these bookshelves. They come out of the old like top 10 store.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh,
That's
wow.
yeah, that's where those book cases come
That's
from.
cool.
But when I put the bookcases up, there was no feeling of anything. And then when I brought the totes full of stuff and started putting it up, it was just really weird. It was just one night I walked in here and I was just like, damn, I don't feel by myself. It's usually pretty quiet. Like my wife doesn't come mess around in here. She hates she doesn't hate it, but she prefers not to have all this stuff in the house, especially like some of the creepy stuff like the voodoo dolls and stuff like that. Like some of these Civil War bullets, those are fired, and some of them, found their mark. I could show you some later that, definitely hit someone. But yeah, once I got the majority of it in here, and then I brought in a couple of different things, it was just like all of a sudden, you'd walk in here and you could definitely feel like you're walking into someone else's space.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a very weird feeling. That's why I let you guys walk in first, because I wanted you to get the whole, sometimes you're overwhelmed.
You definitely get that as soon as you step through that door.
As soon as I walked in here, I
Without a
felt
doubt.
that. It's like I don't know.
It's an aura.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's an aura.
The
It's like
air is very thick.
very thick, very heavy.
Yeah.
And right now they still have like light creeping through the windows and stuff. But at night,
Oh, I
sure
can
it gets
imagine.
we
worse.
should do like a midnight or 3 a.m. show one night.
Definitely
Yeah,
about
that
it.
would be
Because
pretty
it's-
dope.
Definitely about it.
Yeah.
Especially like Jacob could bring his all his equipment, because there's certain things in here
That'd be
I know
cool.
That'd be
for,
awesome.
for a fact, like that carved doll up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason why that's on the glass.
Come on.
Some of these other artifacts, like that's a Civil War soldier's hat.
So we had talked about it before, like doing a nighttime episode and all, but getting a Ouija board and talking to my grandma, who is deceased, to get the Kirby's roast beef recipe.
There you go.
The Ouija board,
The
yeah,
silver
dude.
lining.
Yeah, man, we had talked about it before, but dude, we would do it. I mean, we would do it without a doubt.
That'd be
Would
awesome.
yo,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be a
would
really
be
cool
really
thing
cool.
to do.
No doubt.
So I used to work in Golden Meadow, and we'd go eat at Kirby's a lot. And believe it or not, I would get a roast beef po' boy and a shrimp po' boy, and I'd eat both of them at once.
Yes,
Bro.
dude.
Oof.
Yep.
Shrimp po' boy and roast beef together is so
Ooh.
good.
That sounds
Yeah.
magical.
I actually just got 2 separate po' boys. And I was like,
Ate
one
both of
shrimp,
them.
one
Yeah.
roast beef, back to the shrimp.
Instead
then
of
the
putting it
roast
back together,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta mix it.
no doubt.
beef. I think don't they call it like the garbage for po' boy or something?
Maybe.
It's something like that.
The debris pole
The
boy.
debris
that's
po'
it.
boy.
The debris.
Yeah. The debris pole boy.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, that was a crazy place. I loved eating there.
So, dude, can you explain what was it like filming on the History Channel and all? Growing up, watching Indiana Jones and all of that.
Okay.
How did that
So-
feel?
What I'll do is I'll tell you the story of how I ended up on the History Channel, because that's a pretty crazy story too.
Yep.
So I worked at Keefe Hardware on the back road. Now it's Mellico Sisters, family owned. Go shop there, help out your community. Stay away from Walmart.
Lizard people.
Lizard people.
Yeah,
all
no
over the
doubt.
place.
That's why it's not at night anymore. You can't go. It's not 24 hours anymore because lizard people need the sunlight.
Yes.
Cold
and
water.
they have to hang from the ceiling as they sleep.
True,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
So, so I worked at Keith Hardware, and that was probably my favorite job I've ever had. That's where I met my wife. Our boss at the time would just let us basically run the store and would let us do skits and things just to promote the business, you know?
Yeah.
So we were doing different skits, like we did a reenactment of Grease, the movie Grease Lightning, or we did Gilligan's Island. And
Oh, that's cool.
it was hilarious. We had the best time, and and he would go to conventions all over the United States. I went one time, and there was a film crew went to a different hardware store, like on the East Coast, and they were trying to like look, we want to make a reality TV show about a hardware store, and the guy's like, not my store. My store is cool, but he's like, there's a store in Louisiana where like all the misfits from the community are all hired at this one store, and like it's great. They make money, but they make these skits and they're crazy, and it's like you couldn't imagine the different people that work there. And so they were like, cool. So these guys came from California one day, and they showed up, had film crew and stuff, and we filmed like a pilot episode, and it never got aired. It was cool. You know, we did a bunch of crazy stuff. But one of the guys, he was like the producer. And I mean, I always dreamed about being on TV since I was little, you know, and I wanted, I had my own YouTube channel and stuff like that. I was always intrigued. And whenever I took art when I was in college, and I was going for just traditional drawing and painting. But whenever I figured out film was a part of art, that's what made my brain just explode. And I was like, this is my groove. This is what I love.
Yeah.
You know? So I pursued that, and I let him know, like, hey, give me an email, give me your cell phone number, everything. And I would just send him everything I did. And I was treasure hunting a lot at the time, and you know, collecting all these crazy things. And one day he was in a room because they were filming, and I never even really told this story in detail, so this is gonna be the first time people know about it. So it was Return of Shelby the Swamp Man. So he was having some issues where they didn't want to film with him anymore because he was getting a little out of control. And they were looking to fill the last couple episodes, but he was still involved because either contract reasons or he's just so crazy they didn't want to tell him, like, get away, because that's kind of what it felt like. But the guy said, hey, they were in basically a board meeting. He's like, I know a dude in Louisiana that's doing some crazy shit that we could link it, because Shelby was like digging up anchors and stuff out of the swamp. And he's like, I know a guy in Louisiana. And they're like, oh God, not another Louisiana guy. He's like, no. He's like, this one's like half decent, talking about me.
Half decent.
Yeah.
Half decent.
I mean, we're not all winners. But he called me, and he's like, hey, and this is out of the blue, called me and said, hey, we have a spot. We're going to come and film. We're going to try and do like 1 or 2 episodes, and we want you to be on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, like when it's going to be? And he's like, 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, okay, because I had a job at the time. Yeah. You know, I had left Keith Hardware, and I was working for Bob's Seafood. And I had to go tell my boss, like, hey, I'm filming for the History Channel. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. And he was like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. I have to take 2 weeks off of work. And he's like, oh, well, what are we going to do? I was like, I don't know, but I'm not passing up the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so I just felt like I have to do, I didn't know if I was going to lose my job or if they're going to have to like fill the spot or whatever. But I did. I packed up my truck, told my wife goodbye, and I shot off, and we filmed in Covington. And we filmed for like 17 days. And I still have the check somewhere. I made like $3,700. And at that time, I wasn't making a lot of money. So I was just like,
that was huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. I was like, dude. But we stayed at a hotel, and I had the chance to meet Shelby, and they came find me. They're like, "Hey, Shelby's in the lobby. If you want to come talk to him," and I was like, "I'm good." And they're like, "Dude, it's Shelby, like the guy on the show." I was like, I know. I think he's like, he overdoes it. Like he's, he just kind of like, yeah,
Tries too hard.
yeah, he's out of control, but he just, he lays it on too thick, and like I don't think that's his real accent. Like I think he's
fake accents, dude.
And I was like, to tell you the truth, I was like, I know 10 guys like him just in Golden Meadow. So if I want to meet a crazy person, I'll just go down the road.
Go back home. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have any more room for those type of people. So, because that was one thing they did ask me on the show was they wanted me to thicken up my accent, my Cajun accent. And I told them, I was like, I can't do it. And they're like, no, I mean, just gotta sound like this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sound like that. And I don't sound like that.
Right.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you can tell I'm not from Canada or up north, and this is what you're gonna get. And I think that was a big reason that I didn't get any more. But
So
I mean,
that makes you want to say that Hollywood makes us sound stupid.
Yeah, they make us. They want us all to sound like Farmer Fran, dude.
Look at Princess and the Frog too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Same thing.
Gambit.
and look, as much as I love, Bobby Boucher, that was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, man, they sure do paint a bad light. But
Yeah.
the thing about a real coon ass, we don't care.
No.
No,
We
we
don't
don't.
care. You can make fun of us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make fun of my culture or my people.
We'll laugh at it
well,
because
we'll laugh at it.
we make fun of it ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to talk Cajun, we make the accent, the fake
Oh,
accent.
yeah.
Right.
absolutely.
Just be careful if you're not.
Yeah.
And then because you'll see it in New Orleans a lot. They'll just, like,
Yeah.
well,
No,
No,
not quite.
don't go around that corner.
Yeah. They'll do that.
But
There's nobody that's looking right now. Lighter.
roll of quarters.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, that's how I ended up on the History Channel. I'm actually still in touch with a couple of the guys that filmed on there. Like,
hell yeah.
That's cool.
I had no issue with. They had 2 guys that filmed. They had 2 camera guys. They had Alice, which she was like an assistant. She would do all the go get this, pick up this. Like we rented jet skis and a seaplane. We rented canoes and did all kinds of stuff. And one of my good friends was like one of the producers, and I'm still in touch with him today. His name is Tommy. And he still hits me up like for my birthday. And then one of the guys that filmed, he was filming something else in Louisiana, and he hit me up, and I was like, dude, come over to my house. You could check out. And he came over.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
they actually all signed that map right there. That's from
yeah.
the
Oh
History
yeah, I see
Channel.
it.
Okay.
So at the bottom, they all signed it. And then Elliot was one of the other guys that filmed, and he is a crazy asshole. He drew a tiny little penis in the middle of Louisiana. And I was like, dude, I want to hang this in my relic room. He's like, yeah, just
I see it.
don't point it out.
But let people find it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's from the History Channel. And then they bought me that red metal detector.
Oh, the red one? Yeah.
Yeah, that was and actually whenever we were leaving, they had to catalog everything they had to return it. And I was like, I don't get to keep it? And he's like, oh, I don't think so. And I was like, can you say you lost it? And he's like, I mean, I can. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put it in my truck.
Sick.
Yeah, I wouldn't bring that back. Cool.
No,
that thing's awesome.
No doubt.
I earned that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, that's how I made it on the History Channel. It did. So my mother-in-law makes these shirts. Actually, she made this one right here. I have a Rattlesnake Dre on the back. But I wanted her to get me some shirts because my Bayou celebrity lasted for about 2 weeks.
Oh
It
man.
was just like, oh, dude, you're the dude off the History Channel, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And now it's, fizzled out. So I definitely want to get a shirt that says has been. Because at least I'm a has been and never had, you know.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But I loved being on the History Channel. It was a great thing. I was like one of those things you can knock off your list.
Yeah.
I did learn that being in front of the camera is not what you imagine. I'd really like to be behind the scenes, and I saw the creativity that the camera guys were doing, and that's what allowed me, me and my wife have Forever Films, where we basically do wedding commercials, and we do like I'm doing a documentary on a cowboy. I've been filming him for 2 years, and I learned so much from just watching those guys do what they did. They're extremely talented, but I did learn that I love being behind the camera more than being in
In
front.
front.
Yeah. That's the artistic part of it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Without a doubt.
Producing stuff like that is, that's really what makes me happy with this.
Yeah, it's what it feels like whenever I start editing all of our stuff.
Yeah,
the
it's like
skits,
magic.
The clip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
like there's how did
It's
I
awesome.
do this?
Yeah.
I'm putting like a puzzle together that I've never seen the puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, you show it to somebody and they're like, how did you do this? I don't know.
That's
Just
exactly,
did it.
that's
Just did it.
exactly how it felt after I played the intro of
Yeah.
our the skit
Mhm.
that we did. Like as soon as I finished, I was like, "This is really cool."
Yeah.
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 It's
Mhm.
like, I don't know if they call that like the muse or whatever, but it's like something just makes itself. It's like
Mhm.
coming into existence. And that's what I really think this whole thing was. I was just like a part or a tool that brought all this together.
Right.
Like it's a lot bigger than me, because when people talk about like, oh man, Andre, Rattlesnake Dre, whatever, they talk about certain things in history and certain things I found. So I don't try to make it about myself as much. If you watch any of my videos, it's usually my hand digging the artifact.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about my ugly face. They don't want to see that.
Don't say that to Tyler because he said, "Oh, you got to show your face."
Yeah.
All this.
Well, believe it or not, more people respond to it. So he's
they
actually
do.
right, because some of my biggest videos, it's like me, my wife, and my kid like go and look.
They want to see something personal.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to
Everybody,
throw shade on Tyler, but throwing shade anyway.
people respond so much to like me, my wife, and my kid going antique shopping, and like my daughter grabbing a glass and throwing it across the room, breaking everything. Like they're like, oh, it's so sweet. He had to buy that broken stuff now. But yeah, that's how I ended up on the History Channel.
Really like an exciting kind of thing. to do.
Yeah.
And I was able to get on it right before, because like Hollywood's dead, man.
Yeah.
It's going like
Yeah. It really is.
podcast. People that have these YouTube videos that they talk about certain things. That's the new frontier.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, dude, whenever you think about it, like, how many people could you name just off the top of your head that's been on TV, on the History Channel, stuff like that from here?
Right.
You
I
know?
mean,
You.
yeah, there's a few out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that happened. Like, I just took advantage of certain.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't gonna let that dude leave without. I was like, no, give me your phone number. He's like,
Absolutely.
well, I have my work. I was like, I want yours.
Is it
Yeah.
in this pocket? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just grab your phone. Don't worry about it.
Well, I knew-
Just look away.
Yeah.
Go away.
If I wouldn't have put the pressure behind it, he would have never given me his email. He'd never given me
Right.
his, and I knew like
That was your end, and you
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
it.
I knew it, and I was just like, if I don't put a lot of pressure behind this, because I knew he was the key to getting there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, shit, Big Nuck used to say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, dude.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know?
That's right.
Absolutely. You get on that ass, man.
Mhm.
you
And
just
I
keep
flooded.
going, you know?
I would flood his phone with stuff, like crazy stuff that we would do. I'm thinking of some stuff now that's on my YouTube page. I probably should have pulled off. Anyway, if you go far enough on my YouTube page, they have videos of us at Keith Hardware just messing around.
Jacob shared a couple of those videos.
Yeah, those are the ones I was talking about.
Yep.
But yeah, we had a blast there, man. That place changed my life, and then being on the History Channel definitely like made me level up.
Yeah.
And then I took it from there. Whenever they told me like, "Oh, thinking up your accent," I was like,
Nah,
No.
Here.
I don't think I
Thanks.
could
I'm
do
be
that.
authentic.
"You're
Yeah.
a stepping stone." Where I'm going.
Absolutely. And that's what I like about what we're doing. Like, none of us are thickening up our accents or
No.
faking anything. We keeping it genuine.
We actually started some shit
You know?
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We started a big truck
We
out with
did.
that, bro. It was pretty rough.
It's pretty
You know?
convenient how it blew up on TikTok, right? A day after we we
Yeah.
released it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is it a coincidence
crazy.
or is
It's
you know?
crazy because it showed the people who
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually faking it.
The ones
like
that
they're
were
the
getting
ones
moyed.
that
And they
got
got butthurt.
upset about it.
They were getting very butthurt about it, and that's the
A
ones
little
that
social
were faking
experiment
It.
here at the Bayou Channel
Yeah.
Zero.
Oh, absolutely. You know?
And I mean, everybody knows. Like once you point it out, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a
Hold
second.
on.
Yeah.
Don't.
Who are you?
Oh, people were like talking like 2 weeks after that video.
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
crazy.
They still got people talking about it
Yeah.
now, and it was like almost a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
What
Yeah.
a little social experiments do.
Yeah, just stirring the pot.
That hurts some people's feelings sometimes.
Oh, absolutely, man. Gotta hurt their feelings, especially the 337 sometimes. I mean, I just, you know, sometimes they gotta get checked, man. That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
That was some. Before I forget,
Mhm.
that was one thing I wanted to bring up. You said 337, so I'm thinking about boundaries and stuff. So, a lot of the Civil War stuff that I dig up
Yeah.
is all in Thibodeau.
Mm.
So they had the Battle of Foos Crossing in Thibodeau. They had skirmishes. They had hideouts. They had camps for both Confederate and Union forces. Some of them were 300. A little bit north of like Labadyville, they had 5,000 soldiers, stationed
Damn.
in one
Wow.
place. And I've searched almost every cane field from here to the Mississippi River, and for some reason I've never found any Civil War bullets or artifacts or anything south of Highway 90. And I talked to an older guy that was basically like a historian for the Civil War, and he's like, oh, there's a reason why you never found any Civil War bullets or anything, because most of the Confederates, it wasn't the community down here that were the Confederates. No one fought in the Civil War from down here. A lot of them were from Morgan City and from other areas that they would send platoons, because this was like a very small town of people. No one spoke English.
Yeah.
The clothes on their back was sometimes handmade. So my great-grandfather had a houseboat. They lived on it. They didn't even have a real house until years later. And there was a community of people that had houseboats that sometimes they would bring them up on the bank and then build their house like that was their house. And the old timer that told me the story said the reason why you never found a Civil War bullet was because when the two factions were coming up and down Bayou Lafourche, because they wanted to protect Bayou Lafourche from people coming up Bayou Lafourche and making their way into like New Orleans or wherever they were going through Thibodeau, that both Union and Confederate soldiers had reported the locals would shoot at them when they would be marching down. And the general would be like, hey, like everybody stop. And they're like, it's not even the Union soldiers. These are like coon asses like coming out and be like, keep your damn war out of here. Because no one had mansions down here. This was the super poor people. We were, kicked out of the Acadias down in Canada and made our way all the way down the coast and took over the very bottom of Louisiana where nobody wanted it. So they felt like, hey, this war that's going on has nothing to do with us.
Right.
Keep your ass.
Get out of here.
Yeah. We just want to keep our area, We don't care about what y'all doing. Just leave us alone.
Right.
We don't care.
The further we go in this podcast just completely amazes me how Bayou Lafourche has this bayou in particular
down
has
the bayou.
so much crazy history behind it.
So much history.
Absolutely.
And I think we still maintain that spirit. Like,
Yeah.
you could
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You might not even like someone from Bayou Lafourche. Like there's a few people or something. But if that person's getting beat up or taken advantage of, you can be like, hey,
You're gonna have their back.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, you're not doing that. I know he's from here. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, without a doubt.
That never changed.
Because
Right.
we could pick on each other all day, but as soon as somebody
Right,
from outside starts picking on us or whatever, starts a fight,
We
bro,
jumping
you got
in.
the whole bayou.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in high school, a lot of my friends wanted to leave, and a lot of them did, due to, hurricanes or just the economy. But what we have down here, I don't think we realize how special it is, how, I can walk into any store and people know who I am, and they know who you know, like we talked earlier,
Mhm.
I've been knowing your uncle for years. And I'm
Yeah.
like, wait.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, you know, because
Yeah.
it's just a small, tight knit community.
Mhm.
And I noticed after Hurricane Ida, I was on the top of every single person's roof in this
Yep.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was definitely a
Yeah, it was a tough time.
Oh, without a
Really,
doubt.
Very
rough
tough time.
I'm really not a bit.
Hey, dude, that was a.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. I was on
Everybody
top
got
of
to
people's
gotta
roofs, too,
gotta check on that one.
especially
Oh,
the
yeah.
elderly, yeah. You know, just to help people out, and it's just seeing how much the community came together to
yeah.
help each other out.
Dude, we were
Yeah.
all over Dubai, putting up
Yeah.
roofs for our families
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
There
Blue
was
tarps.
a week and a half that I was the same thing on top of roofs helping
Mhm.
everybody.
Sorry about that.
No problem
Oh, it's
at all,
all
man.
good, dude. Yeah.
I don't think people realize how much that devastated us
Oh,
down
yeah.
here.
And I mean,
And we
dude,
got no
it's-
coverage for it.
No.
Like, it was all in
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's every hurricane. It's just us taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and then New Orleans has one tree that goes down, and
Right.
the
Yeah.
National Guard's coming in.
What was really like crazy to me, and that's what kind of like hit me,
Mhm.
was I remembered like nights of silence,
Uh huh.
Hmm.
and you'd hear like the hum of a generator. There was no cars, and
Dude, it was crazy because we
It's like
had,
a war zone.
yeah, we had came back the day after, and like you hear no animals,
Nope.
no
Nothing.
birds,
Nothing.
nothing. All you heard was generators. And during the day, when people shut off their generators, you heard nothing.
Yep.
It was eerie.
Spooky.
Then I
Yeah.
still remember it was people's houses getting broken into and stuff like that, not far from where my mom was at. And we had heard about it from, you know, some of the people in the neighborhood. And my mom was getting upset because I climbed up on the roof with my AR and I was just waiting all
Yeah,
night,
dude.
dude. Stayed up
one of,
all
one of my
night
neighbors,
just waiting.
he's a
you know?
Marine. He did the same
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, rooftop Korean, dude.
Yeah.
Like in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Wow.
it hit me hard because like this is the place that me and my wife stayed.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
you know, she was pregnant, and I was like,
Trying
You
to
know,
survive.
oh, the
Yeah,
weight
what
of
do
the
you
world's
do?
on your shoulders. Like your
Yeah.
house is devastated. You know, we ran through all of our money.
Mm.
You have to fix your house back up, and you're getting introduced to fatherhood. Like you're gonna be in charge of another human being.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then
And,
fight with the insurances because they weren't
that
giving
too.
us shit here.
Yeah. It was a wild time, and you know, we'll never really heal from it. You know,
No.
Yeah.
because you could drive around now and there's still people 4 years later
Yeah.
that have
Yeah.
tarps on their roofs.
There's
Oh,
massive
absolutely.
landmarks that's been bulldozed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the old dance hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that
Mhm.
area by Rouse's, the
That's-
greenhouse,
yeah,
that's all gone.
It's all
You
gone.
know?
Yeah.
Can't even remember how many times I got thrown out the greenhouse because I was using a fake ID.
Yeah.
I got
You know?
I got punched in the face.
Oh.
Yeah. The dude hit me and he's like, "Oh, my bad, it wasn't you." I was like, "No, it wasn't me." No.
But yeah, dude, it
It was definitely a rough time.
was.
It was
Yeah.
definitely.
And I still remember watching it on the news. Like, we had evacuated, we went to Texas, and we came back. And I remember seeing it on the news. Like, they were passing on the back road, filming, and saying that that was downtown New Orleans.
Yeah.
And every single news station, besides one
Yep.
news station said exactly where it was at. And that
Yep.
was a news station out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Come on.
Wow.
That's it. All the local news stations
Shout
were
out to
saying
Tennessee.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That in Golden Meadow and Galliano was downtown New Orleans,
That's crazy.
and that pissed me off. I
Mhm.
was genuinely upset about
A
that.
lot of people are upset about that.
Yeah, because all the people that needed help down here, all that help is being diverted to New Orleans. That all they got was 4 inches of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, we
And there was-
got smoke checked. you know?
Well, I think it was one of the Schwest boats that was parked over here that clocked 225.
Yeah.
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 It was definitely a category 5.
Oh, it was a
Without
5.
a doubt.
100%.
100%
Yeah.
a 5.
I don't care what
Yeah.
anybody says.
I
Right.
mean, if you watch the video of the hospital of Lady of the Sea,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
it
exploded.
literally
yeah.
looked like they took a can opener and just peeled up one side and took the whole roof
Yep.
completely off. And you know, I remember working out of state and people always asking, "Oh, why the hell you still live down there with all the hurricanes and stuff like that?" It's because this is home.
Yeah.
You know, this is home.
I mean, people
Regardless.
leave.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, I hate to buy it," and all this other
They always
shit,
come
and
back.
They
like
always come back.
you come
Yeah.
back.
There's no place like home,
No.
especially over
Right.
here.
No.
Yeah. That's it. You could go anywheres in the world, but you're never gonna find a place like here.
If you do something and you have the backing of the bayou, you 100% making it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I'm happy that we do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
That's why I wanted to take this time to let everyone know I will be running for parish president. That's just a joke. That's
I was about to say,
come on.
No, they have people that are a lot smarter than me that can do that.
Oh well, I mean,
I'll help them out.
dude. If I made it to mayor of Galliano, you could be parish president.
Word of mouth.
So
It's my birthright.
yeah.
Oh man.
So if we want to jump back into the treasure
Yeah,
hunting, so I don't start
absolutely.
crying again.
Oh, it's
you
all
know,
good,
yeah.
bro.
It's all good,
Yeah.
dude.
Go ahead, tell us about
Yeah.
some of the stuff that you have on the
Yeah,
table right
so-
now, bro.
Most of this stuff all comes from Thibodeau. I knew where there was a couple battle sites. I knew where there's a couple of sites that were never even recorded that I was able to dig multiple artifacts. Of course, these are all Civil War bullets here. I've dug probably, maybe about 250 in my
Golly.
career of digging. You know, some days we dig up 7, 10.
Yeah.
You know, but those are super cool. It has so much history, but it's the other little mystery pieces that I've found that really spark interest. So, for example, this little piece right here, when I dug it, I know the patina, like you could see the patina is all
Mhm.
about the same.
Mhm.
I knew it was related to the time period, but I didn't know, like, was this a strap or something? Was this, a piece of a mechanical equipment?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to research and couldn't find it out. Eventually, someone on a Civil War Facebook page
Mhm.
pointed it out and then sent me a picture of one in a museum. This is the tension strap for the drum that would keep the
Oh,
march.
really?
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that held the tension strap, which was like basically a cord underneath, I guess,
Mhm.
from looking at the picture. And he asked me, he's like, where you found it? And I was like, I found it on a site where I found a bunch of bullets. And he's like, man, that's got to be crazy to hold in your hand. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. And he's like, well, you know why it's there, right? And I'm like, I guess it fell off. He's like, nah, it probably got killed. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. But the crazy thing about it is, if you couldn't hold up the rifle because you were too young, because some of these guys were like 12 to 14, 16
Mhm.
years old,
You would a battle drum.
they
Yeah.
would give you the drums. Because
Wow.
you couldn't hold the rifle up to
Yeah.
take a
Yeah.
shot. So it's probably a younger kid, and the chance of that just falling off,
Right.
is
Slim
it
slim,
50-50
yeah.
or, so that's like that's an incredible part of history, knowing that was played on, marched
Mhm.
into battle, and never made it off the battlefield.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and basically most of these artifacts are all found from that spot. And then there's about a 5-mile circle in Thibodeau where most of this is found. This is a knapsack hook. So each one of the soldiers would have like basically a backpack, and this would close
Oh, okay.
this was like the button that they would fold over.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and this is another thing, like you would think that this is just a nail or a twisted up, but unless you, do
Actually
your
look
research.
at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have
you
to take
actually
pictures
look
of
at
all
it.
this.
Yeah, we
and,
will.
Like, flash them up.
Right. Yeah. No problem. So this right here, this is called like a bat wing. To like people that metal detect a lot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But this was on the end of your rifle, had a strap. This was the belt that was on the strap. That's at the very
Oh,
end of it.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
this is something super cool. I've only found one. And then this, when I dug this up, I didn't know what it was until I got home and I was able to do a little bit of research.
Mhm.
But it's crushed, obviously. But this is a powder flask. So this is what you would load the
Yeah.
black powder
Oh,
with.
cool, man.
Yeah. So check that out.
And I mean, the coolest part about
Cool.
all of this, Andre, like especially what you're doing is like you could see all of this in a book.
Yeah.
It's until
You hold it.
physically hold
Yeah.
it or see it that you understand the weight and the
Yeah.
history, the actual history behind it.
Yep.
And that's why I think that is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
are
feel it
doing
walking in this room. You can feel it.
you know?
Yeah. And I mean, all these things need a storyteller, because you can go and read
Absolutely.
an article saying like, oh, this is that. But when you meet the person that dug it up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was able to talk to a person that explained to me like, what's the reason it stayed there? You know, did that person not make it off the battlefield?
Something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
So
it's one
this-
thing hearing like the book story, and then actually
Yeah, the written story versus, you know.
the actual it being
Yeah.
there, and you going to the site
Yep.
where it
Yeah.
happened.
I wish I could like bottle up the feeling when you dig up something like that, because that would be the greatest drug on the planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it never gets old, you know?
It gives you to keep going to
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, time stops. Whenever I dig up a silver coin or a gold ring like this,
Mhm.
I dug this ring up in Thibodeau. This was where they had burnt down a plantation
Mhm.
because it was next to the railroad, and the Confederates were stationed along the railroad protecting it because they didn't want the Union soldiers to come and commandeer it.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a plantation that was in the way from them seeing down, so they burnt it down.
Wow.
Yeah. The Confederates were not like, they weren't cool with the people in Thibodeau, by the way, either. Because they broke in, there's the recorded stories. The Confederates came in, broke into a bar in Thibodeau, took all of the beer, which that's one of the types of beer they would have drank.
Mm-hmm.
But I found, can you reach that little black pot right there?
This?
Yeah, grab that. Okay, so this is something really cool. I forgot about this. So they broke into that bar in Thibodeau and stole all the beer. It's called bitter beer.
Mhm.
It's like half brown, half white.
Oh,
And they were getting wasted. And the Union soldiers sent spies and said, hey, the Confederate army's partying, staying up late. And the general decided to attack that morning at daybreak.
Man.
And they devastated, killed like 58 Confederate soldiers. And I dug multiple bullets, and that was the location where they buried them on site. And they've been running cane trucks through there for like 150 years now.
Yeah.
And there's spots where if you go grab the dirt, there's shards of bone, and that's human remains.
Wow,
Yeah.
man.
I've dug a human tooth on that site and put it back in, buried it, said a prayer, and said, that's enough for today, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm not trying to desecrate a burial site or anything, but they've been plowing it with sugar cane.
Right.
So I think it does dignity to the people that were there to at least save some of these things so their story gets told
Yeah.
instead of just continually plowing the field for
Absolutely.
Right. It's like a peek through the curtain into the past. And I mean,
Yeah.
looking at this stuff opens up such a window back then that it's so interesting to hear about this stuff. Like, you had no idea. Like, I mean, I had no idea the Civil War came this far south. I really didn't.
Right. And
Yeah.
we were talking about this yesterday.
Mhm.
No one knows, but Jean Lafitte would pass up and down by Lafourche
Yeah.
regularly.
Freaking nuts.
And like, dude, that wasn't just us, because we've talked about it before. We've made jokes about it. That every time that somebody buys a trawl boat, you get another branch in the Jean Lafitte family tree. Because most of the trawlers say that they know exactly, they're related to Jean Lafitte and they know where the treasure's at. But it's true. Like, he has passed
Yeah.
Right here.
back and forth throughout Bayou Lafourche because he couldn't go straight into the port of New Orleans. He couldn't. He was a pirate. You know,
Yeah,
he was
right.
smuggling stuff in and everything. So you could just about imagine, like, being there back then, working at a dock, and you
Right.
just see hippopotamuses and peacocks, and hey, there's a giraffe. Here's a bunch of treasure. You know, all of this stuff, guns and people and
Silk.
all these wild
Yeah.
things. You know, but yeah, no, it's true, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the story
a
about
doubt.
the governor of Louisiana and Jean Lafitte?
Napoleon. Oh, I thought
So-
you was about to go with the Napoleon house in New Orleans.
No, I was.
That story's pretty wild.
You're gonna have to tell me that one because I
I
don't know.
will, no doubt.
So
Yeah.
Jean Lafitte was a pirate,
Mhm.
and I think it was either the mayor or the governor, whoever he was. He put a $500 bounty on Jean Lafitte's head, and $500 is a lot of money
Yeah.
back then.
Hell yeah.
We could have bought you a house and all this
Mhm.
stuff. Well, Jean Lafitte put out flyers putting a $5,000 bounty on the governor's head because that was his style. Like, he was a true gangster. He was the
Yeah.
first one that's
Mhm.
like, I have no authority.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am a man of the wind. Like, nothing controls me.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't care. He did not care.
No. And then, like, so the story about the Napoleon House, like, kind of while we're on the subject and all with pirates. So the mayor of New Orleans, and I believe Kyle actually covered this with the Napoleon House. From what I can remember from the story they told, was that the mayor and some of the pirates of the area were hanging out, drinking one night, playing cards. Well, they all got drunk, and the pirates were like, we're gonna go and get Napoleon Bonaparte, since he got exiled to this island, and we're gonna bring him back over here. And then the mayor's like, okay, if y'all do that, and y'all pull that off, I'll give him my house. And we'll secede from the country, and Napoleon will be our emperor. So, just like every good story of just a bunch of friends getting drunk, you know, and going to do stupid stuff, they went jump on their boat.
You become plot armor.
And they took off. They left New Orleans, and they came down, and they just skibbity bopping all the way, you know, through the Gulf, coming around Florida. They almost make it out to the Atlantic. They find out Napoleon died. They came back around and
But
just
they were like,
turn back around. They were all about it. You know, they were taking a booze cruise straight to the island.
Like we can get them.
Yeah, we could get them. Yeah, no
easy.
doubt.
And they
We could-
committed.
we
I
could
mean, they're
take
in the
them.
Atlantic Ocean at this point.
They in the Atlantic Ocean. They turned around, came back to New Orleans, and just kept doing their thing. Well, the mayor, in light of that, turned his house into the Napoleon House.
So that's
That's
how
in
cool.
New Orleans.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know that there is, so Jean Lafitte was definitely all over Grand Isle. That was his hideout.
Oh, yeah.
But there's ballast stones, like that's basically what sits in the bottom of a wooden ship.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like, if you ever pushed a 5-gallon bucket down in water, it holds it
Mhm.
in place. Well, there's ballast stones on the like north side of Grand Terre, which is right across from Grand Isle, where you go to the end of Grand Isle, you can see it. It's
Mhm.
where the fort is.
Mhm.
Well, so on the inside, on the bay side, the trawlers have it marked. There's huge rocks. They're ballast stones for some British ships. Because the British ships had came and parked on that side of the island for the War of 1812, because they were trying to find a way into New Orleans
Mhm.
without having to go on foot.
Mhm.
And Jean Lafitte knew about it, and he didn't want his hideout to be known, so he waited until they got off the ship and blew all the ships. Burned it. It wasn't like he was trying to I'll have to save America from the
Yeah.
British. He's just like, screw up my
Yeah, fucking.
this is my gig and this is
Yeah.
my hideout, and then they're gonna know. So he's like, I gotta do away with it.
Yeah.
So there's either like 3 or 5 ships that were there, and
Sunk now.
yeah, now they have the big ballast stones that are still there. So that's crazy.
That's nuts.
awesome.
Oh, so getting back to the Union soldiers
And the bitter beer.
the bitter beer.
Yes.
They were getting drunk. They had robbed the store in Thibodeau, took
Mhm.
all the alcohol. These are bitter beer bottles that I found on the location,
Oh man.
right where the battle took place. So this is probably the beer bottles
Mm.
that they would have drank out of the night before they all
Look
got.
how
Wow.
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
thick.
is.
And it's just crazy to know that part of history, and you're holding something that, those guys put that to their lips, got drunk, and then they
Yeah.
were woken up the next morning by those guys marched into place and just lit them up.
That's still what fascinates me about all of this. Because, I mean, I was going to college to get my PhD in history. I had that dream similar to you with Indiana Jones. I wanted to work at the Smithsonian. So I was going to go get my PhD in history straight to the Smithsonian. Pretty sure that that's not how it works. But,
No.
I was determined.
We'd have
I
been
was gonna
great
go do it.
business partners because I'd have stole
Absolutely.
the stuff.
Yeah.
You'd have bought it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'd be like, hey, look at this.
From the
But,
buyer.
Yeah.
From the buyer.
So on this battle where they all,
Mhm.
2 of the Confederate generals were killed on that battle site because they had to lead the charge, and that's another thing. When you see Civil War movies,
Mhm.
there's a lot of firing, reloading. From the journals and the writings and articles that I've read, it was mainly fire once, charge.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was hand-to-hand combat,
Mhm.
bayonets, and really morbid. But that axe head right there, yep, That was issued right there. That one. This was issued to every soldier, and the articles that I've read, a lot of people's lives were ended with that weapon. More than just
Wow.
yeah. So it's not like
they had firing squads, like, and you're just blasting rounds at each other.
and they did that for a long time, but for some reason, I don't know why, a lot of the Civil War battles that were fought down here, like for example, LSU, the Fighting Tigers. Do you know where they got their name?
No.
That was a Confederate band of guys called the Fighting Tigers.
Really?
Because they were known for being so ruthless.
Right.
Man, that's crazy.
And you know, they would charge their enemy and run them down and do away with them, and that's where we got the name the Fighting Tigers. They'll probably try and change it now that I brought that up.
Yeah.
Good luck. They make a lot of money doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
What
Without a doubt.
in the stadium named something like that?
Death Valley.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that all might be linked, you think?
I'm probably gonna get a
Could
bunch
be.
of shit for
So
not knowing that, but
You knew about like Death Valley with the way that the stadium set up, how they actually got all the funding to make it bigger and bigger.
No.
So Death Valley itself, I had read up on this a few days back, but they had student housing in the stadium. So it was just additions to student housing. It was Huey P. Long. He started and he's like, no, we're doing student housing, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge,
Yeah.
definitely doing student housing. So you could just about imagine in like the 1930s, 1940s, you trying to sleep or cram for an exam and you got 40,000 people jumping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, just going to town all night, man.
So Huey P. Long is one of my favorite characters in history.
Dude, yes.
He
Yep.
look, no one's innocent,
No.
and I'm sure he has his faults, but that he was a man of the people and he took care of his people. He reminded me of a great coon ass dude. You know why they made the Huey P. Long Bridge at that height, right?
What?
A certain height. He didn't want the ships that were coming from overseas to better pass New Orleans and go and offload their boats at other docks. So he purposely made the bridge lower where they couldn't go under the bridge. So they had to offload all their stuff
Really?
and make jobs.
right.
And New Orleans that's what made New Orleans this great booming society.
That's awesome, man.
He was a slick
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
He was so smart.
Absolutely.
And there's some weird stuff about him getting when he got assassinated too, like the bullets and stuff like that. That was some really crazy
wild
like,
shit.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
research it, you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense because they think that the guy that would have shot him, maybe just threw a punch. Because there's conflicting stories that like he didn't even have the gun on him, and then they found the gun in his car, and he was dead inside the building. Because you can go to the Capitol, you can go and look at the
Right.
bullet hole. I think they even have the gun on display.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's still conflicting stories of the guy would have went and slugged him and like just punched him over some reason, and his boys just lit him up, and they were like, oh yeah, yeah, he had a gun. So
Yeah.
that's why we had to do it.
Easiest way to do it.
Crazy.
But they think that it was the bullets from the bodyguards that ricocheted off the marble wall that actually took Huey P. Long's life, and it wasn't even.
Can you imagine?
You could see how they tried to
wouldn't
cover
know
that up.
honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like today, there's a ton of stuff being covered up. So, but this is a really cool. You wouldn't know what this is. This looks like a little hatch for a door, or
Right.
Yeah. Or like for a journal. Honestly.
something like that. And this was another mystery item that I just kept in a jar until one day I saw one that someone dug up, and I had to circle. I took the picture, went edit, put a circle around it, long circle.
Long circle.
And I asked him, I was like, what is that? He goes, it's called an amulet or an amulet. And this was the piece. So like a general's uniform had these, like basically a plate or a cup with tassels
had
that
the
hang
tassels.
down.
Yep.
to
I
let
know what you're
them
talking
know
about. Mm-hmm.
This was the piece that was underneath that held that
Really?
on the.
Oh, really?
So there was two guys that were generals that died on that field, and this is off of one of them.
Man.
So I have their names written down in one of my little books that I keep track of, but that's directly related to one of those two guys that died on that field that day.
That's crazy.
That's
so
amazing.
The beer, the little
Inlet or whatever it's called, the powder flask.
Yeah.
This is the metal part of the strap that would be along the rifle.
The axe head too, right?
The axe head too. That was issued to every single soldier. That was like part of you got your gun, your uniform. That's actually from a Union cavalry. So like this was closer to Nickel State. Really? And that's like if you resell that on the antique market, that's about $350.
Oh, more.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, all those bullets, if you go to the Civil War Museum in New Orleans, they sell those for $25.
Gosh.
Yeah. And I have a jar. I have this is full.
Oh, yeah.
Full. They probably have about 100 or 200. I have another maybe 50 in that cup over there.
You should be able to test that axe head. I'm thinking that it was actually used just the way that it started rusting and all.
Yeah.
Like that. So the blood, once it hits the iron or, whatever metals that it was made out of, the way that it rusts is very particular.
Yeah.
So you could definitely test it and see.
And you could see on the hammer part,
yeah,
it was used a lot because it's like almost mushroomed out.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So,
without a doubt.
Another interesting thing, I can't reach that. If you can grab that, maybe.
This?
Yep. So that just looks like a little piece of folded metal right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's a reason why I got to keep all the stuff I find because it could be years, months later until I figure out what it is.
Right.
So you'd look at this and think like, what is this off of? Maybe a piece of a rifle or... so whenever I was cleaning it off, I noticed there was a piece of wood in here. So I started up researching. Google Images is great because it'll at least get you in the ballpark. This was the top of the battle flag. It was wrapped.
Really?
Yeah, it was wrapped in brass, and there's a part of the wood still in there.
Oh man,
from
crazy.
So this is what they led into battle with, and this is another unfortunate. Why did this end up on the battlefield? Because I mean, you've watched the shows where if someone falls at that flag, someone else drops the rifle, picks it up, and charges with it. Yep. So this this was probably dropped on a battlefield right after someone probably lost their life.
Probably another kid because he couldn't hold a rifle.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So what's this right here, Andre?
on the plate?
No. This.
That can.
Oh, so where Jack's Exxon is, that's not far from the dance hall, the old dance hall. We were talking about the dance hall that got. My grandpa met my grandma there. She was 14, and he met her there. He was 18, and he would go drink there and dance, and he would dance with her there. So I one day I had dropped my wife off somewhere to hang out with her friends, and I was gonna go pick her up in a couple hours, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go home.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go like treasure hunting somewhere. So I parked on the side of the dance hall, and it was all locked up. Okay, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this. I parked. There's like a little brick building, like for the water district, and I parked there, and I crawled underneath because I had looked through the window of the dance hall like maybe a couple weeks or months before, and I saw like there's a hole in the floor. And I'm like, it's a door for me to get in. That's what that is.
Absolutely.
So I crawled underneath the dance hall, probably about 30 or 40 foot, and I was able to pop up inside the dance hall when it was still like up. This was before they even shot that movie in there or something. There was a movie that they went recording there.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
And like The Scoundrel's Wife or something. And like you talk about walking in here and it being creepy. That was like insane. Because I had my flashlight on my phone and I'm looking around going, all of the ghosts are looking at me right now. All of them are looking at me going, what is he doing here?
Yeah, you're not supposed to be here.
But this can, and then I have another one up there. The other can, so the other can actually has a can opener. You have to, like, this was before they had a pullback. This, you pop 2 holes in it so you can, like, down your beer.
Yeah.
But I kept this one because it's so,
Dixie.
dude, it's so heavy. Like nowadays, like
Mm.
take a can of beer, drink it, and like smash it on your head.
Yeah.
You would clean knock yourself out. If you, like this is like feels like an oil can, but it's from the Dixie Beer Company. So I thought that was pretty
good
cool.
Lord. Yeah. Dude, and it's thick. That is a thick can.
Yeah. So whenever, like I said, my grandpa met my grandma there, and somewhere in my brain, I'm like, maybe, just maybe, my grandpa drank that beer and then tossed it in Bayou Lafourche.
That would be
It's
something.
possible.
Because this was all washed up like right on the shoreline. It was
Mhm.
like buried in dirt and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's got some. Yeah, you're not shotgunning that.
No.
No, not at all.
I thought you were talking about this earlier, so that's pretty cool too.
That is cool.
Yeah, go ahead with that.
So this right here, when I dug this up, this was like a huge chunk of rust.
Hmm.
But when I was able to get home and clean it off a little bit, this is you can see here, this is the cocking hammer for a pistol. So where my hand is here, there would be a wooden handle, and this was a boot pistol.
Now I see it because it was upside down in the plate
Right.
from this view. Okay, now
So
I see it.
when you're looking at it this way, this is the cock and hammer. So a flint would be here. So
Yeah.
this is 1700s. This is like right when, George Washington's out there with wooden teeth and stuff. That specifically this pistol, this little piece right here, folded out into a knife,
Come on.
tiny bayonet, because I was able to Google the image and found one, and this was like a dueling pistol. So like in the mid 1800s, we had
Would
presidents.
challenge each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was perfectly okay. No
Mhm.
one got arrested. They actually just like, hey,
All right.
you talking shit? Well, we're gonna go shoot at each other.
At noon.
At noon, high noon.
I knew.
And that's one of the pistols that they would have used. It's just interesting that one had a fold out blade, because a lot of the duels, they would just shoot at each other. If they both missed, they would squash it.
Mhm.
But every once in a while, they're like,
Still got beef.
let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know?
Straight in the yard, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
We gotta go throw some
It's-
hands.
It's crazy how that morphed from dueling to, like, whenever I was in high school, like, meet me on that back road, because it was just sand back then. There was no road. I mean, y'all are probably a little bit too young for that.
I remember whenever it was still gravel
Yeah.
before they paved it.
So when I was growing up, there was just sand. We go ride our four-wheelers, and if you rode at night, this unfortunately happened to us. We had all went to a camp out. This is before social media, so everyone was like normal.
Yeah.
And we had went to a huge camp out. I guess we were in like just getting into high school or junior high, and we were hauling ass on four-wheelers. Well, it had rained maybe a couple nights before, and the sand was built up like this, like a levee, and that's what they were going to build a road on. The rain washed out like a huge